All right, welcome, folks. Welcome to this episode of Coaching Dominance, where I, Ankit Ahuja, your host, present you this podcast, inviting people from different areas of life, from different areas of business, people who are experts in marketing, people who are experts in sales, people who are experts in their own coaching fields or their own training fields. And in the last episode, you saw me interviewing somebody who was really a big shot in training industry. And this week, let's not talk about training and coaching per se from the skill and knowledge point of view, but let's talk about marketing, because marketing is one of the key important link of any coaching on training business. And for that, I have a special guest with us here, and I have Karan Parwani here on my show. Karan Parwani, I know him from many months now. He's been a good friend and a good counselor to me, I will say. There are times, when I reach out to him and I ask him, discuss with him on strategies, and he has helped me throughout these months. And Karan Parwani, he is an entrepreneur, he's a passionate digital marketer, and he runs his own podcast and his own blog on karanparwani.com. And he also runs sorry, he has worked with more than 50 business, both in India and abroad. And he runs also his own digital marketing agency, with the name of the agency is We Do Consultant Private Limited. I have known Karan as an expert of running Facebook ads, as an expert of building your own influence online. Karan has his own online Facebook group where he has a lot of followers and he creates a lot of engagement, and he has really true fan following in that. And we will discuss all that in detail. But before I discuss more about what is Karan and who is Karan and everything, I will give the chance to you, Karan, to tell a little bit about yourself. Over to you, Karan.
Thank you so much, Ankit, for inviting me on your podcast. Of course, it's a great journey you are on, and I'm so happy that you started your own podcast, because I know that you had such potential to interview great people whom you have met in your life, and thank you so much. So, uh, I started in my college days, of course, where a lot of people just think about Tinder dates, how to swipe right, how to do that, and go on parties. So I decided to take the road not taken, and I decided to first to learn. When I came in Bangalore, I thought of learning programming. So when I entered a college, there was a motivational speaker which came in, and so he came and he shouted a lot. Why aren't you guys learning? What are you guys doing? Do you want to make your own life? Okay, so you know how motivational speakers, they fuel up your spirits. They and so that's when he said, there is a free website where you can learn coding from. I said, because we didn't have money at that time. So I said, okay, learn coding from. Okay, let me figure it out. Then I went into coding, and I don't know how I went into coding. I learned HTML, and I learned it from website. I used to write on papers what I learned. And then once happened that there was a term, digital marketing, which was being populated on my feed, on my website, on Times of India. When you go, the Google Display Network, it shows the ads. I said, what is it popping on my feed? Why am I seeing this? And then I was curious to know what was happening. So there was a digital marketing workshop, luckily, which was conducted by my in university, which is Jain University in Bangalore. And so I said, okay, let's go and sit in it. So that's how they showed me the power of digital advertising. In my face, my mouth was like open for 1 minute. I said, what the what is happening? So and then my curious soul again went in fire. And then I went to my college library, and then I sat on the computer, and I searched digital marketing training, because I was so influenced by it that I wanted to learn this thing. And then the ad of Daysime came in, which is acquired by Digital Vidya. And
Mm-hmm.
and then I signed up on their website, and then I filled up the form. I saw the curriculum, and then I came home, and then I told my parents about it. So my parents, being the coolest in the world, they are supportive in every manner. So they say, okay, fuck it, go for it. And then and then when I had food, I just laid down so at 4 p.m. around, I got a call from TSIM. Okay, come on, we need to see. I mean, we need to see your interest in it. So I then went with my mom, and we decided to let's do it, because there was also one more sales pitch which was made. They said we'll get the Google and Facebook certificates. Okay, so we didn't knew that these can be generated using doing that thing. So that had one element which made us enroll into the program, and also our passion. So that's where I also found my co-founders, which is of the current company which I run. We do consult, and that's how we got started. But before that, there was one journey where I started with my own online e-commerce store, with association with one of the e-commerce companies Bangalore. So I was an affiliate for them. Okay, I had a own customized store where I used to sell women's accessories. Okay, and then I made a total of around $40,000. I also sold it to my aunties. I sold it to my know, whoever I can find. I just bombarded spammed WhatsApp, groups, WhatsApp private chats, and that also led to in my life I only had 2 to 3 friends who were girls in my college. Okay, so I also spammed them, and then I also lost those friends. So I said, okay, fuck, I'm not sending you any more rings to buy. Okay, so that's how I made around 5,000 rupees profit out of that. So that was a good start for me, and that's when I realized the power of money, making money online. Always say generating an income online. And then I got started with
How
VDOE
long
Consult.
was this? How long
This
back was it?
this this ran in 2017, from March to August. So this
Okay.
journey continued, and when I was 18 years old, and then I didn't know how to market, and fuck spammed everyone. But to single girl or women, I can say I sold around 10 products. So that was a good thing, and I also sold to one of my affiliate managers in V Commission, which was the affiliate network of India. I also sold to my account manager. So I said, okay, cool. So this looks promising. And then we entered into V2E Consult, and then it's been 3 years since we have served more than 60 brands till now, and we have helped a lot of them to utilize their online presence, make more money, generate more leads, create websites, unique experiences for them. And yep, and then the journey of current Parvani.com started, because I realized the importance of personal branding. So Gary Vee was the one who inspired me a lot, because I used to see his content and I used to share it on my own feed. And then I said, why to just share Gary Vee's content and not start my own? And then I just started booked my domain, booked the hosting, and I booked the shittiest hosting on the planet, HostGator. So I realized that how kind of a fool I was to not go with any other hosting provider. So then I started with my own podcast, the current Parvani Show. Again, it was inspired from Gary Vee and Digital Pratik, who are my idols, mentors in this field. And I also take Gaurav Madan as one of my mentors. He has helped me a lot with Facebook ads. So, and then one of my breakthroughs for my podcast was when I got Neil Patel. I've never thought I would interact with this guy who is a legend in the digital field. So, yep, that's what the journey of mine has been. And today I'm sitting with Ankit Ahuja. Uh, who thought I would sit with Ankit Ahuja and discuss
So come
my
on,
journey?
man. You are an inspiration for a lot of people out there. And I'm part of your Facebook group, and I see that you have a lot of followers, you have a lot of fan following, and as you say that you got inspired from Digital Pratik and Gary Vee. I'm sure a lot of people are getting inspired on daily basis from you, because you decided to start promoting yourself as a brand. And I know a lot of people, especially in training and coaching business, who are experts in their own field. Like I'm in touch with people who are really an experts in their own field. Let's say I know a spiritual coach, I know a life coach, I know a wealth coach, who if you speak to them, if you sit only with 1 hour, you'll understand that they are really a top level expert in their field. The only issue is people don't know how to market themselves. And this is an industry where I see a lot of youngsters are doing really good job, uh, because they are well versed with technology. They started learning with laptops, iPads, computers, mobile phones. Whereas even if I talk about my generation, my first laptop I bought when I just went into MBA. Before that, I had never used a laptop before, and although I used to use computer in my own labs in my school, and I was really good at that, but I didn't have that access to even work on that. So, in my father's office, he had a computer, and whenever it had a printer issue, or at that time, there was no Windows also. You just had to, write a set of codes and get it working. And whenever they had an issue, they used to call me. And I didn't know anything, but I used to just see what they're doing and learn. And then next time I used to remember what they're doing. So it so happened that, I learned from my own hobby, but I didn't have access to everything. I mean, I'm talking about those times when computers were really expensive and nobody used to think that, okay, buying them makes sense. But now people have that access. But a lot of these people, trainers, coaches who are and experts in their own field, they didn't have the same access like the what I'm talking about. So they also don't know how to market themselves online now. Like people just think, okay, just put a Facebook post and you're on. Any views on that?
No, you today neither get any reach on your Facebook page as per se, or neither you get anything when you boost the post. So don't. I've seen a lot of trainers and coaches boost it. So doesn't work because those things are not made for conversions. They're not optimized for conversions or to sell something or to create an engagement. So I don't think so.
How do you? So let's talk about your
Yeah,
own story.
yeah.
You started your company, now it's 3 years now, and how do you promote yourself now, since you know that, okay, how online works? How do you promote yourself, your company now?
So our mostly business works on SEO right now, SEO and word of mouth, because whatever referrals we have got positive results, and they have referred to other people to get in touch. And SEO has made a
Okay,
10.
so for some people who will not understand
Yeah,
how does SEO works, what is SEO, can you just
correct.
elaborate on that?
Sure. So SEO is search engine optimization. So it's a long-term marketing strategy for your organic growth on Google SERP, which is known as search engine results page. So whenever you search something on Google, the results which pop in at positions, they are known as, the results. So that's where, you have to optimize your keywords, as we say. For example, if I have an agency in Bangalore, I will say digital marketing agency. So that's my target keyword, which I have to rank for on the first position.
So that when
So one
people
is,
search digital marketing agency in Bangalore, your
yes,
website shows on the first
yes,
page of Google search.
yes, and that's where the eyeballs, the attention, the real estate is, right? So that's where you get the most attention. Second, we have used Google Ads. We have used Google Ads in our campaigns because that's again a demand-based platform. It's an intent-based platform. If someone searches, you can also show them an ad and then create a landing page. All right, and landing page, you have all the details, you have all the USPs, you have the testimonials, the results, and then a form for them to fill it up and then get in touch with you. So we use the free consulting strategy. You know that free strategic session which we do, and then we try to close them into a client. The same thing. People or coaches, they don't use it. I know they think that today just using Facebook organic and boosting posts doesn't work. We have to be omni-channel, and that's we also tried Facebook ads, but that didn't work for our agency because there's always things which don't work for us. We two things worked, one doesn't work, one didn't work for us. That's how it did. And yeah, we are yet to try LinkedIn is very expensive, that. And advertising on LinkedIn is like, it's Mukesh Ambani of advertising platform. So that's what it is.
Okay, so you have worked with training companies in your agency. You have helped them generate more business. So do you have any tips for coaches, trainers, consultants here?
Yes, one thing is that coaches, trainers, consultants have not optimized their websites. I have seen a lot of websites not being optimized. They don't have an secured certificate. The websites are not organized. They just have simple pages, thin pages, which doesn't have much content. So let's start step by step, where they can help to generate more business. I won't talk, natively to Facebook, but an organic, or we can say an omni-channel strategy, which trainers can use. Okay. So first thing is we start from a website. If someone is a personal brand and they don't have a website, or if they're trainer coach, they don't have a website, it's a big loss for your own revenue or your own bottom line. You need to have a website. You need to have a funnel set up in the website. So how does it work? You use WordPress, which is a free thing. You have your own domain, you have your own hosting. you first of all brand your website according to what you feel you are or what your brand says. For example, we have seen GaryV.com, right, which is Gary Vaynerchuk's official website. Through this website, Gary Vee, it's a gateway to Gary Vee's properties or assets, okay, to his or any free sign, free newsletter, free courses, his sneakers, everything. So trainers first of all need to build their own products and services into their website. They just have a contact option, contact form to get inquiry. No, you need to have your own course details. Each course, each product on your website needs to have a landing page. It just doesn't need to be a single website page. It needs to be a landing page where people can come, they can see your content, and then they can get in touch with you. Coaches don't have that. You need to have that. You need to have the Facebook pixel. We come later with that. Now starting with the website, you need to have a good about page. You need to have a good contact page which is integrated with your email marketing software. So whenever someone fills up a form, automatically the details go to your emails, and then there you can have a record. You can send them email. You can put them into other sequences. Send them automated emails every frequent days, giving them more value, and then selling your product. Okay, so make sure your website is good, it's brandable. Second thing is not optimizing for SEO, which is a bad thing, because SEO is a good real estate. If I see many people debate SEO is not good, I think SEO is just a source of traffic which is free. So you need to make sure that your website is SEO optimized. You need to do on-page SEO and off-page SEO. On-page SEO means that you're optimizing on the website. You make sure that website loads faster. It's technical thing. You have keywords involved. You have your code edited. Off-page SEO is being your PR done outside your website. For example, being featured on Forbes, featured on Entrepreneur, featured on Your Story. That's important. So make sure you do SEO. This is the second step. Third step is having a good optimized Facebook page and Instagram profile. This is important, guys. You have Facebook profiles, you have Instagram accounts, but you post personal things there a lot of times. Maximum of your content is personal thing. You are just having a coffee with your dog. You're just walking your dog somewhere. You just reading a newspaper. That doesn't work. Your profile is very important. Whenever someone is coming on a profile and it doesn't see the content which you're trying to promote, okay? You're trying to promote a course on how to sell, how to do Instagram marketing. You're an Instagram marketing coach, but you don't have your own posts in congruency with what you talk about. You say create carousel posts, but your profile doesn't have carousel posts. So how will you sell your course if you don't do what you preach, right? That's what a lot of coaches and trainers miss out. If we talk about NLP trainers or you say spiritual coaches, again, they don't provide any value to the readers who who arrive at their profiles, neither on Facebook nor on Instagram. So that's what that's the big reputation loss for them. That's a big, if you can say, top of the funnel traffic. If someone comes in on your profile, he will see what you're doing, and then he will take a decision to click the link in your bio and see what you're up to. If he is not convinced there, he won't click the link. Eventually you lose out a follower or a potential buyer who could have been converted if your profile was optimized.
Absolutely.
So this is important. You need to optimize your profiles according to what you preach. So this is the third thing. All right, this is all organic we are talking about. Now fourth thing is using paid ads everywhere. A lot of Facebook, a lot of woke, we say trainers and coaches who are woke right now, who know how the world works, they only use Facebook ads for this strategy alone, which doesn't work. Okay, just using Facebook ads won't help you. You have to make sure that you're also using Google ads. You're using the display networks. You're using retargeting. A lot of people don't use retargeting. For example, if someone has arrived from your website from Google ads, okay, you don't show them a retargeting ad on Facebook. Right? A lot of people don't do it. They say it's too technical, we don't want to do it. And then you also don't want to outsource it to agency because they're charging a lot of money. Or you don't outsource it to a freelancer who can help you do that. But still you say, I want to do it. That is not how it works. I've seen a lot of coaches and trainers say, okay, I will be the one who will be doing everything. If you do all of this, then how will you serve your own purpose, the skill which you have? If a spiritual guide is working on Facebook ads, pasting pixels, setting up funnels, then how would you dedicate your time to your customers, your students, or your B2B corporate clients whom you could have served a B2B corporate client instead of creating a funnel right now. You could have outsourced it to an agency or a freelancer. So that's another problem which coaches have. They don't outsource their stuff. They make a lot of money. They make crores of rupees. They make lakhs of rupees every month, but they don't want to spend it on someone who can take a shitload of work of managing their online presence. Right now it's happening, but still there are a lot of coaches which don't do it. This is the fourth
Yeah.
problem. You need to be omni-channel. Okay, you just can't survive on one platform. You need to have YouTube channel. You need to have Instagram. You need to have LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, where you are showing your thought leadership. You are posting content which is valuable, right? You are going live on Instagram, on Facebook, creating a Facebook community, which is, I mean, fuck, man, Facebook community is like a gold mine for you if you utilize it very well. Facebook community is like a gold mine. Seriously, if you provide value and you pitch a product, people will buy. Let me tell you that it's that powerful.
But people don't know how to create a Facebook community.
Correct. So it's simple Facebook group. Okay, if we term it as a technical thing, it's a Facebook group. So it's just that you can go on create option. You have your own Facebook when you log in. There's a Facebook option create. Under that, it gives you three options: pages, ads, and group. So choose a group. All right, you create a group, and then you get the group's cover image and the profile image, everything built up by someone on Fiverr, or give it to a professional person to do it. Okay, so it's simple to create a Facebook group. Now, important thing is to get people in to your Facebook group. How you do that? Whenever you sell a course, whenever you sell a product or any free lead magnet, you have a thank you page to all the coaches who are doing it. Someone who is not doing it, whenever you have a landing page, you also have a thank you page. So on the thank you page, you don't use the thank you page to the fullest. Now what you can do, whenever someone buys any product or subscribes to your email list or subscribes to your free lead magnet, you can direct them to your Facebook group on the thank you page. You say, okay, thank you so much for subscribing to it or buying a product. For more future updates, for more discounts on my future deals, join my Facebook community. You put the link of the Facebook community, they join there. And if you have an email list of 1 lakh people, just send an email. Join my Facebook group. They will join there. And then you are managing a Facebook group. You also outsource the management of a Facebook group to an agency. You just give out content, they post it out, and then boom, you are on it. It's that simple. And again, you can run ads for your Facebook group as well. You can just, people say swipe up. You can run Instagram story ads for 15 seconds. You say, hey, are you, for example, we said digital marketing trainers. Hey, are you an aspiring digital marketer and want to learn the tactics of digital marketing, which I only share with my exclusive community? Swipe up and join my group right now. Boom, that's it.
Amazing, amazing. So just a plug here. So guys,
Yeah.
Karan has his own group called as Digital Marketing Practitioners. Correct, Karan?
Yes.
I'll leave a link below. If you're watching on YouTube, I'll leave a link below. If you're watching on podcast, still I'll leave a link below. You can go ahead and join and see how Karan manages that, how active he is, and how he's interacting there. And I also have a Facebook group called Coaching Domination, Coaching and Training Domination. So if you're a coach, trainer, consultant, make sure to join that group, because what we are discussing here, let's say when we talk about websites, when we talk about creating a funnel, when we talk about creating all this, I actually break it down and make videos onto that, and I put it on my own groups. So when you join that, you can actually learn that. And in fact, one more fragment which I will be running soon is where I will ask people to share their own websites in the group itself, and I will invite other guests. Let's say I'll invite Karan also for a few of the auditions, where we will audition your website and will give you tips as to what to improve. So make sure to join both these groups to get benefit out of that. So just wanted to plug that. Karan, over to you.
Okay, this is also one of the strategy to promote a Facebook group.
So
Right,
adding
so
value ultimately. So
yes.
I can talk about myself. When I went into all this on online space, I was very new to it. I mean, I know strategies, I know business strategies, I know sales, how it works. I've been into sales for 13 plus years, into hardcore sales. I know sales end to end. But when I started my own business, that is the time when I enrolled myself into learning marketing. And I was zapped that marketing is so much which people don't know. And luckily, I got a break and I worked with Rajiv Talreja and Quantum Leap for 3 years, coaching businesses as to how to run their business, how to do all these things, how to, how to actually create a marketing engine, a sales engine, an operations engine, and everything. So I started realizing all the mistakes which I did and all the mistakes which generally a normal business owner do. And I realized that there's a big gap of understanding digital marketing and implementing digital marketing. I mean, I have seen people who are really good at technical stuff, but they lack strategies. Then I have seen people who are good at strategies, but they lack the vision, the concept of how to use the technology to better their own self. And for me also, when I started learning all these things, I realized, okay, creating a Facebook group is important. I created a Facebook group, but then I didn't see much engagement, because then I realized, okay, I was doing something else wrong, which was actually creating a lot of content. And then I did a mistake of going all out in all the channels. I was on Instagram, I was on LinkedIn, I was on Facebook, I was on YouTube, I was on even in Pinterest, everywhere. And then I realized, okay, I'm actually facing a lot of burnout. And then I reduced and I completely zeroed down. So now the strategy which I use, and in fact many of the busy people who can use this strategy, is content repurposing. So let's say right now I'm focusing only on YouTube and podcast. In fact, right now, if you seriously ask me, I'm with the lockdown and with the homework plus the work, I'm just focusing only on podcast right now. And then this podcast actually I'm repurposing on my group, on my YouTube channel, and even creating some posters and small bits out of it and put it on Instagram. So if you're a busy person and if you feel that okay, you don't have time, or you don't have think that okay, you'll be able to put that kind of effort, which a lot of online people are doing it, because let's say we talk about Gary Vee or Digital Pratik and even Karan in this case, they're putting so much content on a daily basis. But if you're some kind of person who doesn't have time, there are two ways to do it. One is either outsource to somebody who can handle it completely, or create one piece of content per week and then give that content to somebody who can actually break it down and post it on your behalf. So
I
that
mean,
you
there
can,
are a lot of
yeah.
services. There are a lot of services on Fiverr which do it for you. Like you submit them a piece of content, okay, and you say कि you create carousels, you create short videos, you edit those videos and give it to them. For example, if you have a 1 hour podcast, you do, okay, you give it to someone on Fiverr and you say कि I want 10 minutes of quality chopped out content from it, give it to me, I upload you. Bam, you have around what we say 10 into 60 minutes, right? So 6 pieces of content, right, of 10 minutes each, ready with you to upload. Simple. And you can also outsource the uploading to that guy and pay him a little bit more and do that for you. It's that simple. I mean, for trainers and coaches, I mean, you know that your time is very valuable. Each day what you do is very much valuable. You have to look at your own sales, you have to look at your own marketing, you have to look at your own family, because most of you work from home. Most of trainers, right now also in the current situation, you're working from home. So how you do your time management is very important. And for managing that time, you need to outsource things. Outsource. Don't worry that outsourcing will reduce the profits, will reduce the bottom line. It will only increase it. You will see this effect later. That's how it happens.
In fact, very true. You mentioned that. In one of my modules, in one of my training modules, people who buy that, I mention about this, saying that when you talk about sales, the effort which you put today, you are looking at the results probably 6 months or 1 year down the line. I think same thing happens with marketing also. The kind of effort which you put today, forget about seeing the short-term results right now. I'm talking about organic. If you want short-term results, ad is a good way to go. But if you want to see organic, this is the way it is. Yeah, I mean,
And
how many years you have taken, Karan, to come to when you started and to reach this place?
to the group, for the Facebook group,
Uh, to have a good Facebook group. Like how many months you're working on? How many years you're working on that group?
I started on January 1st, 2020, on the first day of this year.
Wow. But you had a good following. Like when you created that group, I also
Yes,
joined.
yes,
And
that's the advantage. That's what the advantage, the long-term thing which I was talking about. You create content, and when you invite people to your group, you just invite and they will join. It's like you just go on a journey, people will keep joining you back. So you mentioned a good point about organic thing, and you say long-term results in marketing. I will tell you something which happened with me 3 days back. So if you heard of Generate Press, if you remember that,
we had
right?
a session on that, Karan.
Correct. So I made around $4,000 in a single day
Four
using,
thousand bucks.
yes.
Give me a virtual high five.
4,000 rupees. So what happened? again, it was all organic. I didn't promote it using paid ads. I just said it's an offer coming out, and people just went and bought it because they trusted me, and it's a trusted me because I use it on my own website. Pretty, they can go and see how is it performing. It's a visible product. It's not something which is intangible. It's you can go and see how it's been done. So that's what it's important. Long term, you build it, and then you see results in one day. And then you can just
Amazing,
build it
amazing.
further.
So, Karan, what's your success mantra?
Consistency.
Elaborate that, please.
Okay, consistency with okay. So I elaborated. Elaborated. So consistency because it's the same thing with I connected with different people. Okay, let's say Hussein Bolt. Okay, let's say Hussein Bolt and let's say Gary Vee. Two people. Okay, Hussein Bolt is number one runner in the world, right? He cleared the race. So when he starts the race till the race ends, it's a few seconds of which he charges I don't know how millions of dollars. He gets paid, but that seconds for how many years he put in for those many seconds is what defined his. He got
True.
paid millions of dollars of revenue of money because he was consistent in practicing that same thing which he performed for 8.6 seconds. So it was an organized sector. It was an organized race where he ran for 8.6 seconds and he got paid. But consistency is what helped him in running every single day, running every single minute. He ran, and he succeeded. Because, and again, there's one more thing involved here. Consistency, again, you have to do it strategically. It's not keep pushing out content, you keep doing things without any direction. If you don't have direction, boom, you are off. Consistency even won't help you if you don't have any strategy in mind. So now I talk about Gary Vee because strategy has came in the picture. Gary Vee has around 6,000 posts on his Instagram. He has a lot of tweets. He has a lot of things. Now he is doing this since 2006. People don't know that. People say, okay, अभी बस थोड़े सालों में ads चला के वो तो बन गया. ऐसा नहीं है भाई. वो 2006 में he started on YouTube when there was no one on YouTube. He came on Twitter when no one was there on Twitter. So that's what I'm saying. He did it for more than 13, 14, 15 years till the point he's there today speaking about it. All right. He has done strategically. He has included a videographer which creates content. He has built a team, which is a part of the strategic consistency which you're talking about. He has built a team. He has, made systems, processes, which you are a great fan of, which you are taught. Systems and processes. He has built those which helped him, his consistency to give a boost and eventually succeed. And in between, of course, your tactics, your technical things can come in. But if your mindset of about, I want to keep doing this day in and day out won't work, you're out of the business. Same happened with me if I talk about my own podcast. Okay. I podcasted with Saurav Jain, Gaurav Madan, Avi Arya. And then when I pitched Neil Patel, it was easy for me to get him on the show because I already mentioned Saurav Jain. He's a good friend of Saurav Jain. I mentioned I've done with Saurav Jain and every one of them. Then he agreed to say yes. If I wouldn't have been consistent with my podcast recordings, I wouldn't have got Neil Patel. That's what I think. And I also think one more thing is a lot of people say self-made. It's not self-made. Okay. You're not no one is self-made. Always there is someone supporting behind you. So I'll say that my support success system is my parents. Right. My parents are one of the biggest support systems I have in the whole world. No trainer, no coach is bigger than that. Okay. Because because Viru Consult was funded by them. Okay. They funded the initial capital which I raised. They supported me. They said, you go ahead and build a YouTube channel. They encouraged me. All right. They encourage my group. Whenever I say these numbers, they are fucking happy as hell. And that's what a lot of people don't realize this. That's the problem.
True. So for someone who's starting now, what is the one thing which they should focus on now?
Give value. Provide
value. Create content.
Add value. No, yeah, not specifically by content, but add value to someone specific to someone. You can do that. And how that person rewards you in return will change your life. Even will change how you look at world. That's what I say. A
Nice,
lot of people
nice.
don't do it. You see, you tell me how much population of Earth provide value? 0.1, 0.001. How much? How much of it do you think? Tell me.
So let's get specific here, Karan. Everybody is nowadays online. They're saying add value, add value. It's
Yeah.
becoming like a commodity. But you know, I feel that word is getting lost. So for a
Mm,
trainer, for a coach, for a consultant, what kind of value you feel from outside perspective? Because you are not a coach consultant.
mm,
Probably now you don't have a coach. One day you may have. So you
right.
can be a future client for someone. So seeing from outside, what kind of value would you like to see, or your kind of people will like to see?
I'll see. I'll talk by examples. So I'll give an example of Saurav Jain. Saurav Jain is one of the India's leading Instagram marketing coach. Okay, he's a coach. He talks about Instagram a lot. He talks about digital marketing a lot on his own Instagram profile. I mean, it's the biggest example. They can just go and look at his profile. He keeps promoting that. He keeps talking about new trending things in his own industry. So for all the coaches and trainers, if you have to get more business for your coaching business, you have to make sure that you are someone who is always on foot, on toes with the knowledge of your own industry. If you're in spirituality, and if you want to, if you should have the spiritual knowledge, all of the spiritual knowledge which is there in the world, or all the latest spirituality trends which are happening, and post about that on your own Instagram profile. So when people come and they see a profile, they see that this guy knows what he's talking about. This guy has the knowledge because he is on trend with whatever's happening. So if I learn from this coach, I'll definitely make money. If he is about making money, or I get more health, I get more wealth, and my relationships will get better because this guy knows his stuff. He keeps putting out valuable content. Now, valuable content means implementable value, which means that value which I can take and implement in my own life and get results. Not just value for the sake of value, which is known as gyan, which you were talking about. So that gyan doesn't work. The implementable value works. For example, you say 5 strategies to reduce your cost per lead. You tell me, is this an implementable value or it's a gyan?
Yeah, so the headline sounds like an implementation.
Yeah, I'll tell you 5 strategies which can reduce. Now, I take each one of them and go and implement in my campaign, and really my cost reduced. Now, what a coach and trainer can do is, if they get similar results for any student, they can ask the student to create a video testimonial
Hmm,
out of what
hmm, hmm,
results they achieved. Simple,
hmm, hmm, hmm.
right? That's one of the biggest strategies they can do for their Instagram profiles or their Facebook profiles. Their content. If someone tried and did what they told and they got results, it's a social proof. Post it on Instagram. Create a 1 minute video recording, or 1 minute, we can say, Zoom call, and just
True.
post it on your Instagram profiles. This
Yeah,
is your
like
content.
for example, this kind of podcast which you are seeing, guys, this is itself is an example where you are learning something which you can actually implement. This you're learning something which you can actually note it down in your book, and then once the podcast finishes, you can actually put your brains to it and implement. Now, Karan, I saw that in your own group you did a poll as to why people are not doing content. What was your observation of that?
Okay, not regarding that video
Yeah,
content, right?
not publishing their content, not recording their.
Okay, one thing was fear of judgment,
Mhm.
judgment from the market. They said, we cannot face people, we cannot face the comments. Okay, if they post something,
Mhm.
what if people come and say
Mhm.
negative things about
Mhm.
that, or criticize what they have said? A lot of them said that,
Mhm.
what if we say something which doesn't apply into the market, and then
Yeah.
I get a negative feedback, negative criticism that this didn't work. You told me the strategy, this didn't work. All
Yeah,
right.
so
So
so that fear actually is very real in this community also, which I'm seeing, because when I interact with people, they who are an experts, like there's someone who's actually charging 1 lakh rupee a day for 1 day training, and he's never done an online content. So when they feel that, okay, if I have to do, and how is the journey? Like, you will be shabby in the start, and then slowly you'll get better to it. But they feel that they have this fear of reputation, saying that if I start posting today, I will not be that good, and my reputation can actually be read as bad rather than what I'm positioning right now.
That's what I'm
So,
saying. That's where they get the judgment problem, which is not a case, which it's an illusion which they're living in. Because if you provide implementable value, if you give something to them which they want, why will someone hate you? They won't hate you. You won't get hate comments. And second was camera fear. I mean, why camera fear? You have gone and spoken in front of 200 people, okay, and you now have a camera fear when no one is looking at you. I've seen a lot of people, a lot of coaches who train, right, who do public speaking, they're not able to speak in front of a camera.
1 year back, I was in this situation. Truly
And
speaking.
you have been in front of large gatherings, right? You have spoken to large gatherings, and when you come onto camera, you go blank.
Yeah, it happened to me. In fact, one of the strategy which I used to overcome that was, by chance one day, I was having a student's photo lying around with me for some form submission. So when I had to record, I just put that student photo there in the camera. So I was looking at him and I was talking, and then that's all. That gave away my fear. I started this tactic. I did that for a long time, where I was just, looking at the photo and I was talking instead of looking at the camera. So
Is
that
there someone
helped
now?
me. Sorry? No, you
Someone
don't.
is there now? Okay, that's a good strategy. I mean, I think, yep. There you go, guys. You have an implementable value from Ankit. Just
Yeah,
you just paste the
true.
picture and you just speak, see there and speak it. See, that's how you have to tackle this out. If you have to do webinars, right? Right now, though, like you cannot go outside and address a audience of 5,000 people, 1,000 people, not even 100, not even 50. So now you have to invite people on a 3,000 people to a webinar. You would be like sweating all over around. You would, because see, in India, doing webinars is the shittiest thing which can happen. Or from the, because electricity problem is there. Okay, Wi-Fi problem is there. Anything can happen, and your whole thing is, you know, into
I,
trains.
it happened with me. 15,000 rupees I spent on ad in the webinar. In the midway, it lost internet. Then I had to come again online. Then it again some same problem. And by the time it was sorted, 25% of the students only remained. The rest
Correct.
everybody left. Yeah, it happens. So, Karan, I see that you are so much online. Like I see you not only in your group, but I see that you post on other groups also. And that is one strategy which a lot of people use. That they bring the students. But I see that, are you like online all the time? What is your secret of productive and performance? Like how do you manage everything?
Okay, so one thing is that it's a simple productivity hack. I just use a notes tools to see what's important, to do. Prioritizing your important stuff. Of course, I don't prioritize my, giving time to Facebook, Instagram. I first prioritize my work to my clients. Whatever I have to deliver, I have to deliver on time. I cannot, take that off and go on Facebook and type content. I cannot do that. So you have to first make sure that you're prioritizing what your to do task is in an application, or as Ankit also suggested one hack which I think you can share, and that hack I also use it, and it was an amazing thing. So one thing is you have to prioritize what your work is to be done,
Yeah.
and it depends upon if you are a night owl or if you are a morning person. I'm not a morning person. I stay late 2:32, and I get because my productivity starts when I from 10 p.m. I'm not productive for the whole day. I'm not productive. So I start working on my ad copies, my client work by night. So because that thing works for me, it's not compulsory that that thing will work for you as well, or anyone who is watching this. You can be a morning person and you can finish your work by 2 p.m. Okay. So make sure that you finish your important tasks, which are also generating you money. Tasks which generate you money, you should do it, before you do anything else, so that your money is secured. You can, after that, you can do anything. You can go live, you can go in the park, Facebook बैठे हो कहीं बैठो, ताकि जो पैसा जहाँ से आ रहा है उसको पहले अपना secure कर लो. So whatever task you have to do it in the morning if you're a morning person, and then you go on Facebook, create content, interact with people, start an engagement pod, where people just start engaging, and then those threads will automatically keep populating. जैसे ही वो famous होता है, then your posts keep rising on Facebook, and then your post gets more reach, and then automatically वहां से भी you can get a lot of consulting customers. Let me tell you that. I've got 2 consulting customers from there. Just by just posting on Facebook. That's it. So you can do that. Also, you're posting on Facebook, right? So also post your testimonials, your video testimonials on Facebook, organic, your personal profile, not your page, personal profile, because you are also connected with business people, a lot of marketeers or someone who needs help from your side. So if you post that and someone says, "I want to do this with you. Are you available?" So damn, that's the customer for you.
Then what?
So
Okay.
yeah, go ahead.
No, no, I was saying then, is that how also you found customers, and then what did you do once that happened?
I send them to DMs, and then we had a
Mm-hmm.
DM talk, and then we closed the deal.
Mm-hmm.
Simple. That's known as Facebook. One guy coined this name known as Facebook attraction marketing.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's one of the best names I've heard. This terminologies, which is Facebook attraction marketing, in which you post something which is so intriguing to someone that he either comments or gets in touch with you via DM.
Mm-hmm.
Third thing is, I think it's one of the best things which I've seen recently, and it's giving me good results, which is being a moderator of a Facebook group.
How
I've
do
been a
you?
I've been a moderator of a Facebook group, which is Gaurav Madan's Facebook group. It's known as Gaurav's A Team, where all of his customers are. Now, in the backend, when I see my messages, Karan, can you handle my Facebook account? Karan, can you train me on this? Can I get a consultation call with you? I have this product. Can you promote this for me? Because I'm helping them solve their problems. I just approve the post and I answer their queries, and then they get in touch with me in the backend or my messenger. From there, it's a one way of getting your coaching customers, coaching students, your coaching clients. That's how it's done.
Amazing, amazing. Probably one day, today the time will not permit us for doing that, but probably one day, Karan, we'll do that. Actually, we'll show it live on a video, because this is a podcast. Many people will be listening to it. It will not be possible for them to see, but probably one day we'll do a YouTube video where we'll actually show it live, as to how to, what kind of, like, for example, we'll take few example of a life coach, of a health coach, of a wealth coach, and then we'll go into these groups and we'll say, okay, this is this kind. If you are a life coach, go to these groups, join these groups, see, these are the comments which are coming, answer to these kind of groups. When the people message, what kind of DMs, let's do that in one of the videos. So if you're a
Sure.
coach, trainer,
Great.
consultant, join the link below where you can come to my group and join that, because in coming weeks we will actually create this post and it can be helpful for you.
Correct.
Thank you, Karan, for mentioning that. Karan, next question to you is, we were discussing about this client you have, where you not only got online clients for them, but also offline clients for them. And I know a few of the trainers, coaches who are not getting clients online, but completely offline. So what kind of strategies they should use?
Okay, so this client is a training institute, and it's a big establishment in Bangalore. And I got this client through Anmol Garg. He referred me, and we are working together on that. And so for offline, it's simple as hell. You cannot do any online courses, of course, because your training is offline.
Hmm, hmm,
Okay?
hmm.
So a few important things, which is now we'll talk about the lead generation. Okay,
Hmm.
if your product costs around $40,000 to $50,000, one thing is you run Facebook ads, you run Google ads, and you run YouTube ads. These 3 platforms are working clear for offline institutes or offline coaches.
So
How?
from that, okay, okay, sorry, continue.
Correct. So uh, one thing is that you, again, the retargeting, everything, the technical things you can get into later, or you can discuss with someone. I'm just giving an overview of how it works. So you are on Google because you get searches about the same thing. For example, if you're a life coach,
Hmm.
offline life coach in Bangalore,
Hmm.
keyword, you put a Google ad there. You have a landing page set up. You have a form. You have now someone has filled up the form. Now comes the sales process. In this segment, I will tell you what's more important. 55% of sales process, 45% of marketing process. It's not marketing is not dominant over here. Sales process is more dominant. The back end sales, how it's being done, because we have seen that happening. Marketing is not tough over here. All right. So let me give an example. If you have a lead which has come in 10 minutes back, now I've seen a lot of coaches and consultants. They don't attend to leads ASAP.
Hmm. Hmm.
They
Hmm.
don't have a sales team. Very important to have a sales team. They don't have that. Whenever a lead comes, you have to make sure that you call them within 15 to 20 minutes of them filling up the form on a website or a landing page. This is known as a death of a lead. This is a concept which was coined by one of my one of the trainers or one of the influencers in digital industry, Arbab Usmani. So he told that it's known as a death of a lead. That if you don't call the lead within the time frame, it dies. It's not applicable. Now you spent your money. That money got wasted, right? That got into train. So you have to make sure that you have a good sales process. You have at least 3-4 people who are on the call department, because you are a coach, man. You how much you charge 50-60,000 rupees for one project? Like you're making money in lakhs and crores. Let me tell you that. A lot of people don't say they don't make money, but they make money, right? They
Or
say
if you want to make money.
yeah, and they say कि वो होता है ना concept कि होता सबके पास है दिखाता कोई
हाँ हाँ.
right? So होता सबके पास है. You just have to make sure that you channelize your money and you build your own team. You have your 2-3 sales people whenever, and you integrate the system. For example, that lead should be connected to a Google Sheet. Whenever a lead is distributed, that goes to a Google Sheet where your sales team is refreshing that Google Sheet again, time and again, looking for a lead which has come in. As
Or
soon
through
as
the
it comes in,
automation, through Zapier or
correct,
something,
correct. You
where as
got
soon
you.
as the lead comes, send a
Huh,
mail and immediately get a notification and it'll start working on
correct.
it.
Correct. So call that guy and say, okay, you did this, and then the sales process continues. Ankit is a master of that, and Ankit will make you understand more about how the backend sales works. So for offline, this thing is important more than the online marketing, because again, it's the same thing. You can just again, one more thing. If you're doing an advertisement which is videos, okay,
Hmm,
video
hmm.
marketing is important. A lot of people don't do video marketing. It's not just speaking via camera, just doing this, but it's editing your videos good. It's describing your USP well. So right now on Facebook ads, 1 minute videos with subtitles and a good USP is working good for a lot of people. So if you're an offline trainer, consultant, coach, make sure that you yourself are in front of a video camera. You can have a green screen at the back. You're speaking about your product, or you can give a free demo too. You can give a free demo. You can invite them for a free demo. Through this you get a lot of leads. You give a free demo, you have your subtitles are going on down, so whenever someone doesn't have to just enable the audio, you can just read the subtitles and see what you're speaking about. You should have a good sound also at the back. Sound is very helpful. A lot of people don't have sounds or any music which is a good, so the catchy music which you just scroll and you stop, fuck man, what music is this, what is this guy talking about? So that you have to do as a coach, trainer, consultant. You have to make sure that you do that. You also run Google ads, you run YouTube ads, which is like crazy, crazy converting. All right, you do that, and yeah, make your sales team very strong. Make them call your leads like in within 10 minutes. Call them, convert them, fucking make money. Go to Bangkok.
So good, thank you. I think so much content. If I just put this much, like last 5 minutes of your talk, and if I just put that online, that itself is such a good content, like a lot of value add. Thank you so much, Karan. And you were mentioning about a lot of trainers who have money, they still don't invest it, which is really sad seeing in the industry, because people are running up towards the money without realizing, saying that okay, look at scaling up, look at automation and all these things which a lot of people are missing out. So you can contact Karan, or you can contact me one to one. If you're making a lot of money and you want to put about these kind of processes, you can contact either of us, and we can actually help you create a good strategy on how to scale. And if you're someone who's not making money, then definitely you should be in touch with us, because we have these strategies which we share with you guys, uh, which are like priceless. I mean, just follow us and see what we are doing to earn money for us and for other people. So Karan, what's your next vision, next mission, next dream for you?
Or before that, I'll just talk about one more productivity hack, which is
Okay.
automation.
Yeah.
It's one of the biggest. Like you have applied automation in your own life, and you must have seen your time being more,
Yeah.
shifted towards another activities.
In fact,
So
one of the book which I'm writing is on automation.
correct. So for all the coaches and trainers and consultants who are seeing this, watching this, hearing this, use a tool known as Zapier, all right, or to fucking make your life so easy. Like it will make your life easy. Let me tell you that. And it's a tool which Ankit can explain better because I have not much used it. I have I've just used minimum versions of it. I think Ankit uses it on a daily basis.
I use it,
So
yeah.
yep. So make sure that I think Ankit can also later can talk about Zapier in his one episodes, but use this to streamline your processes and marketing, your emails, your even your scheduling of your consultation calls for your own business. You can use it not only your marketing but your own business for your students. Okay, and you can even sell this as an affiliate for to your own students and make more money out of them, like increase your LTV. All right. All right.
Multiple sources of income.
Yes. All right. Passive income as this, passive income.
There was an era probably a few years back when everybody was speaking about financial independence and passive income.
Yeah.
In fact, even I was speaking a lot about it. I attended seminars on that. And in fact, I can just say in 2009, I read that book called 4 Hour Work Week, which spoke a lot about passive income. And I'll say, that book itself was a stepping stone for what I am today. And
Wow.
I use a lot of learning from that book. Like I use automation a lot. I use Zapier. Like I'm a pro member of Zapier, and I think we'll leave automation for a separate topic itself. Okay, over to you,
Amazing.
Karan.
Sure, sure. So, vision is like simple. One is in the next 5 years, it's not regarding my agency also. Because there's something which I'm planning, which I'll tell you offline. I shouldn't reveal it right now.
So once I
And
stop the recording, you can share with me.
I will share because that's of course not a good news kind of thing. Okay, so one thing is that by building my personal brand, okay, which is one of the core targets which I have. If you heard of Web of Sucinti, I don't know if you heard of Web of Sucinti. He's one of the biggest LinkedIn marketers and growth hackers in India,
Mhm.
and I'm so inspired. You can just look after once we end this. So he is one of the best in the world with LinkedIn. Okay, he has really cracked the algorithm, and so I want to become like him. I want to
Mhm.
become a personal brand where I get invited for speaking gigs to talk about various subjects. That's one of my things. Second is to grow my podcast to a next level, and where I invite international influencers and not just domestic to give their insights, give their talks about marketing and business and everything. And third is growing my community, marketing practitioners to around 10,000 people. By the next 2 years, I would be able to do it. Because I don't have much, that I'll do it within this week. I do it next month. I don't do that. I'll take
It's a
small
someday
steps.
goal.
Correct. I'll take small steps, and when I reach there, I'm happy. Simple. And of course, one is taking my parents to a good destination, travel destination, in next 2 3 years, and making them giving them all the joy of life, which they can enjoy like crazy. And that's it. Buying a car won't be there in my thing. Of course, that's like that will happen around after 10 years. I don't want to buy a car right now. And yep, helping more people, empowering more people. That's it.
Amazing, amazing. So thank you so much, Karan. I would love to speak for hours with you, but now as the time is passing out, we need to end the podcast. So, any uh, last thoughts for the speakers? We have trainers, coaches, consultants watching it. Any last thoughts to share with them?
Outsource.
Outsource.
That's it. Outsource and do what you do. I think you're a coach, trainer, consultant, so you are empowering a lot of people. You have a responsibility because you have power. So, as they say, with power comes a great responsibility. So, you have a responsibility to change India right now, to change the world. If you're a spiritual coach, you have a responsibility to make change in people's life because don't scam people. A lot of people know what's happening with the internet right now. Be authentic, be genuine, be who you are, and just add value to people, and just give them what they're seeking for, all right, to help them to grow to the next level. That's it. And outsource again.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much, Karan. Thank you for coming on the show, guys. I'll leave the all Karan's bios link for his websites, for his podcast, for his Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and even for the Facebook groups below. So go ahead and check it out and join him and learn from him. He's a master of marketing, and I see him growing as a big brand name in coming years. So he's someone like in college we used to have a joke saying that okay, if you want to patao Miss India, then probably स्कूल के टाइम से ही पटा लो, so क्योंकि अब मिस इंडिया बन जाएगी तो भाव नहीं देगी. So I'll see Karan in that itself. Like अभी टाइम है, पकड़ लो उसको, learn from him because he's going to be a master of marketing in few years where you'll have to queue up to even talk to him. So thank you so much, Karan, for coming on this show and sharing your thoughts. Probably you are a recurring not probably, but you will be a recurring visitor for this show. We can keep discussing on different topics, because when I see digital marketing, it's not just a 1 hour topic. We can take out one element and we can actually go in depth. Even if we talk about just trainers, coaches and consultants, we can go into depth. So I will keep inviting you and we can keep discussing on this. So thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you, Ankit, and all the best for your future endeavors and regarding to podcasting and this particular show, this particular entity or baby which you have given a birth to, because you can also monetize it to the next level. And of course, you're doing a great work. Invite a lot more people and give value.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Karan. And thank you all people for listening to this, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye. This is your host signing out, Ankit Ahuja, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.